The alien colony was bathed in a muted golden glow as night settled over the cityscape. I had been invited to spend a few days with my best friend, who had grown up here among beings whose elegance and discipline far outstripped my own human awkwardness. His sister, or cousin, as she preferred to be called, was present that evening, as usual, moving with an ethereal grace that made every step seem deliberate and commanding. She was stunning, violet-tinged skin glowing faintly in the warm lamplight, hair cascading like ink over her shoulders, and eyes sharp, sparkling, almost predatory in their intensity. She had always teased me, keeping me off balance with witty remarks and pointed glances that left me tongue-tied and flustered. We had spent the evening in a gathering of her kind, alien voices harmonizing with music I didn't understand, laughter and clinking cups blending into a gentle hum that seemed to cradle the entire room. I tried to fit in, mimicking their gestures, laughing when prompted, but my hands shook slightly each time her gaze landed on me. I could feel the weight of her stare even when she was not looking at me directly. It was a presence that made the air thick, the room smaller. Later, when the crowd had thinned and the others had retreated to their quarters, I lingered near a low table, unsure how to leave gracefully. Then, she appeared beside me. Without preamble, she sat, closer than anyone should ever sit, closer than comfort allowed. My body stiffened, a rush of heat and confusion mixing with an undeniable pull I had never felt before. Her proximity was suffocating and intoxicating all at once. "You're quiet tonight," she said, voice low, almost melodic, carrying no teasing for the first time. Her eyes locked on mine, unwavering. I'm fine," I stammered, feeling foolish under her intense scrutiny. My words felt inadequate to the gravity of the moment, like trying to explain a storm with a whisper. She tilted her head, letting strands of hair brush my shoulder. "Do you not know what this means, human?" I froze. I don't understand." She exhaled softly, a tremor in her breath betraying a nervousness she never showed before. "In our culture, sitting this close is not casual. It is not a game. It is an offering of trust, of something hidden and sacred. We do not do this lightly, and certainly not for someone we do not value deeply." I swallowed hard, awareness dawning painfully. My chest felt tight, my pulse a frantic drum in my ears. "Your cousin, your family, if they saw." Her lips curved faintly, almost a smile, though her eyes remained serious. "They would not understand. They do not need to. This is between us." Her hand brushed mine lightly, the touch deliberate, sending a jolt of warmth straight through me. I wanted to recall, to set boundaries, yet my instincts betrayed me, making me lean in closer despite every rational thought screaming caution. "Why me?" I whispered, voice breaking slightly. She looked at me then, truly looked, and the teasing that usually colored her expression was gone. "Because you endure. Because you persist where others falter. You are fragile, yes, but in your fragility, I see courage. I see a depth that I do not see in many of my own kind. And I have never trusted anyone like this before." The weight of her words pressed against my chest, almost physical in its intensity. I had never imagined that my small human endurance, my awkward attempts to fit in, could matter to anyone so profoundly. Her fingers intertwined with mine slowly, hesitantly, as if she feared my reaction but could not resist the pull. "Humans," she whispered, her voice dropping to a near shiver, "you are short-lived. You do not last. Your time is fleeting, your strength fragile, your hearts delicate. And yet, I ask you now, against everything I know about your kind, stay with me. Stay." I blinked, speechless, my mind caught between disbelief and awe. "Stay? With you?" "Yes," she said, pressing her forehead lightly against mine, her breath warm against my skin. "Stay. Not as a visitor, not as a passerby, but as someone who remains, who endures, who understands me." Her words shattered every assumption I had about this alien world, about her, and about myself. The teasing, the mocking, the sharp wit, all of it had been a mask, hiding something real, fragile, and terrifying. She trusted me. She had chosen me to witness her vulnerability, to hold her in a space her species rarely allowed for outsiders. And she asked me to defy every expectation, every limitation, and to simply stay. I reached for her hand fully, my fingers brushing and then entwining with hers. The warmth was grounding, almost intoxicating, and for a moment, the world outside our small bubble ceased to exist. I could feel her tremble, subtle but undeniable, as if the act of asking something so impossible weighed heavily upon her. I don't know if I can," I admitted, voice low, because the truth was I had never been asked to do something so bold, so permanent. My loyalty to my best friend and his family, the customs I barely understood, all collided with the raw magnetism of the moment. Her lips curved into a faint, broken smile. You do not have to answer now. I merely need you to understand the choice I am making. I am offering you something that cannot be reclaimed. My trust. My presence. My heart, if I dare name it so. I drew a slow, shaky breath, feeling a connection that defied the barriers between our species, our worlds, and our expectations. The alien lights of the colony shimmered around us, bathing her in hues that made her glow faintly, almost ethereal, as if the universe itself acknowledged the fragile intimacy of the moment. Minutes passed, or was it hours, as we sat like that, hand in hand, silence speaking where words could not reach. And then, almost imperceptibly, she leaned closer, her forehead resting against mine, eyes closing. I know you think humans do not last. I know you fear what I ask. But I am asking nonetheless. Will you stay with me? Her question hung in the air, delicate and impossible, yet utterly sincere. I felt the enormity of it settle into my chest, pressing, warming, and almost shattering me at once. Humanity had never demanded such courage, such vulnerability, from me before. And yet, here it was, not in battle, not in struggle, but in the simple, terrifying act of being asked to stay. I will try, I whispered, knowing that words could never fully capture what I felt. I will stay, as long as you will let me. Her lips quirked into a gentle smile, faint but real, and the tremor in her shoulders eased. That is all I ask, she murmured, pressing her hand against mine once more. To endure, to be here, to understand. That is enough. The night stretched on, but for the first time, I did not feel like an outsider. The warmth of her presence, the fragile honesty she had shared, had altered the way I saw her, myself, and the human capacity for connection. The world outside continued its hum, but in the quiet of that room, a new understanding had been forged, a trust that spanned species, time, and expectation. And in that moment, as her fingers remained entwined with mine and her head rested lightly against my shoulder, I realized the truth. She had asked me to stay forever, not out of naivety, but out of belief in something stronger than fear, stronger than life itself. She believed in me. She believed in what humans could be when they chose to endure. And I, for the first time, understood why she had chosen me.